What is up, YouTube? Welcome to PanFro Games, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about the upcoming Pokemon Presents on Sunday, February 27th, 2022. So in 2 days from recording this, we'll be getting a Pokemon Presents at 14 UTC. And if you want to know what that is in Eastern time, that is 9 a.m. Eastern, so 6 a.m. Pacific time. So it's going to be really early for us in the States, but for everyone else, it's going to be a much nicer time. Hopefully I'll be doing a live reaction. If not, because it is pretty early on a Sunday, I will be doing a reaction video to it afterwards, posted onto the YouTube channel if you want to see that. So what do I think we're going to be getting for this? Well, funny enough, Pokemon did a full week of announcements for their other titles. We saw Sword and Shield Raid Den battles. We saw Hoopa being added to Pokemon Unite in a new game mode. We saw Cafe Remix getting a Shiny Starly event. We saw a new album drop for the celebration 25th celebration album, and a couple of other things, all leading up to this event. So they got a lot of other smaller announcements out of the way. And to mention, Joe Merrick here on Cerebi also mentioned that this is going to be 14 minutes long. So 14 minutes is actually not a long time. I mean, you really think about it, considering what 14 minutes from beginning to end, and a lot of just like you're gonna talk about just Pokemon in general. You know, not every single second's gonna be announcement, new thing, you know. So I'm not thinking there's gonna be a lot of announcements. However, I do think what we get will be awesome, and I'm actually incredibly excited what we're gonna be getting. So the big question is, there's actually two big things that people want, and I want to mention some other things before I dive into those two big things. One, I do predict, here's my wild card prediction: Detective Pikachu 2. Not a movie. I think they should do a movie, but the video game. They're gonna do a video game releasing on the Switch. I think it was actually announced a while back, the Detective Pikachu game. I think it's finally gonna happen. I think it's been a long time. I think the game was actually Japanese only before too. So I think they're gonna bring it over here and do the whole thing. So yeah, I think we're gonna get some Detective Pikachu. That's not too exciting though. I also predict the Pokemon trading card app will be with a release date to the West, the United States, Canada. I know Canada has a beta, and I think it's going to be announced on Switch as well. I think that's going to be a big announcement. We're going to get the trading card app on the Switch. Besides that, now let's dive into the two big announcements. So we got Legends DLC, which I think is happening, and we got Gen 9. So let's talk about Legends DLC first. So looking at Riddler Q's tweet right here, who is the only credible leaker in the Pokemon community. No one else is as credible as Riddler Q. This dude does not miss. Centro just copies his stuff. Eclipse is not reliable. Samus the Hunter is a actual joke. This is the only reliable person for the reference, guys. So his tweet says evaluation criteria will be based on from the contents of Sword and Shield DLC. So definitely you will know if it's worth looking forward to. So his tweet, you know, just to decipher it a little bit, essentially, because he doesn't make it as clear, because he is a Riddler, but he also is Chinese or something like that. English is not his first language, is what I meant to say here. Is essentially, the Sword and Shield DLC was 2 expansions, right? It was 2 expansions. It was the Armor of Isle and it was the Frozen Tundra. Both of these DLCs cost like $15, so it was a $30 package to get both, right? If he is saying, if you like the Sword and Shield DLC, you're gonna like what we see here. It's gonna be Legends DLC. Because what? Like, they're not gonna announce more DLC for Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield is old. Legends is the new game, and they're not gonna do DLC for Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. Well, I think they'll do I do think they will do the Arceus, Darkrai, and Shaman events for that game. And I also do think that'll be announced at this, but I do not think they're gonna add like real DLC to Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. The only game that can really make this fit for DLC is Legends Arceus. And I actually made a previous video thinking what the DLC will be. And just to recap, I do think the DLC will be 2 new areas. One in each area is gonna be for each DLC. I think the first area is going to be the Victory Road Elite Four area that you can sort of see off of Coastal Coastlands. There's a cloud in Coastal Coastlands that is just stuck there. It doesn't move in the weather. It's like covering an island, essentially. I think that's where the DLC is going to be. I think each DLC is going to add about 50 to 100 Pokemon. I think we're going to get new Hisuian Pokemon or evolutions. And I do think, similar to how Sword and Shield's DLC added the Galarian birds, like Zapdos, Moltres, Articuno. I think we get the I guess the Hisuian beasts like Raikou, Entei, and Suicune. Johto is definitely the most Japanese of all of the regions. I mean, like the first 4 gens are very Japanese, but Gen 2 is the feudal Japan, which is what the Hisuian region is really taking part of. And for the most part, I really think we're gonna get a lot of Gen 2 love. So my predictions are also Dunsparce Hisuian and Giraffes Hisuian with evolutions as well. Don't know which DLC that will be in. I don't know what they'll do for the second DLC if we get 2 DLCs, which I'm thinking we will, but I just know the first island would probably be wherever the Elite Four ends up being. And I think we're gonna get a lot more battle focused content. I think instead of just having a practice area in Jubilee Village, I think we're gonna be getting like all the actual characters from the game, and you're gonna have a big actual like tournament style of like a battle system. Because that's the only issue of Legends right now is, yeah, shiny hunting's awesome, that's like the end game, but that's the only thing in the end game. You're not into shiny hunting, you're into battling, there's nothing really for you. So yeah, I think they're gonna add a lot more battling stuff, and of course more Pokemon too. So I really hope we get that for Legends. I think we'll see gameplay of whatever, like a trailer for the Legends Arceus DLC. Maybe not too much, but I think we're gonna see something, right? And I'm predicting the release date is gonna be May for the first one, or maybe June, and then the second one is gonna be September or October. And this leads us in Gen 9. I think Gen 9 is gonna be the last thing announced. It's gonna be the biggest announcement. Gen 9 is gonna just show us the logos straight up, like how Sword and Shield was announced in 2018. Logos only. So 2 games though, like Sword and Shield, just 2 games, the logos only, no starter information. I think they'll say the region name. I don't think we'll get a trailer showing off the logos, but like there's not gonna be nothing of value in that trailer. Of course, I'll react to it if there is something of value, but that's just my prediction. I think it's just gonna be talking about the logos. Maybe it'll give us a hint of what the region will be. I'm predicting Gen 9 is gonna be in India, and yes, I do really think it is gonna be this year, just because if you pay attention to Sword and Shield competitive, they're doing the thing where legendaries are all allowed now. That's always the thing they do in the last year of competitive play. If you look at the cards, they're doing Hisuian stuff now. There's not a lot of Hisuian stuff you can do. There's only like 3 card sets they get announced, and right now they've announced the one just released was Brilliant Stars, and they just announced a new one today. It was like Astral something. So they probably do one more, and that's gonna be all the Hisuian Pokemon done, right? And the anime is essentially wrapping up the story of Ash and Go. I mean, they already finished their first major half of the season, and now they're working on this second half of this arc, and they're doing Hisuian stuff now too. So there's not that much you can cover in the Hisuian stuff because they didn't add a lot of new Pokemon or forms. I mean, it's still fun, but they just didn't add that much. I mean, I'm sure the DLC will prolong it a little bit longer because I just can't see them surviving the rest of the year without a DLC, which is another reason why I believe in Legends DLC happening. But it can't only be Legends DLC. There has to be Legends DLC to buy us some time until we get to whatever Gen 9 is going to be, which I still predict is going to be in India based on all the hints from Gen 8 and the new mythical as well. What is his name? Darude. So yeah, there's a lot going into it, but I'll dive into this more once we hit Sunday and do the Pokemon Presents. Well guys, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you guys next time with more video game action. Peace out and have a great one.